It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the San Antonio Spurs. Checking out the Spurs, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. And the topic here, prior to tip-off, so many teams in the league going up-tempo these days. Kenny, as a player, did you like that style? I'm assuming you had to love it.
Because the one thing about playing up-tempo, Ernie, it brings you back to the roots of the game while you started playing. If you ever go to a pickup game, you ever go to a park game, no one's stopping play and calling plays. They're going.
We've got basketball action at the AT&T Center. We're in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. Look at Indiana. Try as they might, they've fallen behind the pack, but a chance here to reclaim some ground. It might be tough, but this is a team they're capable of beating.
And seeing where Indiana is, they have been one of the major surprises in the NBA this season. Unfortunately, for the wrong reasons.
And, you know, any fixes they've tried during the season have only compounded their problems. Here we go.
And the Pacers start off with the ball. Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Winslow is out there with Kevin McHale. Then there's Doherty. Then there's Lowry. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard. And he gets the bucket.
Listen, guys, James Harden, clearly the front runner for the best shooting guard in the NBA. Arguably in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
On defense, San Antonio. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Here's Porzingis, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Porzingis has got his second basket of the night. And here are the Pacers now. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance. And road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Dumars against Harden. Now here's Leonard. Not a lot of room. Another miss by Leonard. On defense, San Antonio. Well, now let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Nate McMillan. Doris?
One player he said he's worried about in this game is Pau Gasol. He said with his length and touch, it's really hard to bother that shot. We're going to try to be physical with him, body him up early, and deny him position. And guys, that's what a lot of teams try with Gasol. Force him to really battle through contact. We'll see how it works.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. They set the pick. Shot clock at 5. The shot is off, and Indiana will come the other way. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
And the East-West showdown, only one of 2 games between these squads.
And because of that, the time is now to seize control of the matchup. We'll see who strikes first.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about, you know, what he did in the national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
Harden's shot is off. San Antonio trailing here. Abdul Rauf kicks to Dumars. That's tipped. It's stolen by McHale. Lowry against Dumars. Feeds it to Doherty. Three-pointer, Lowry, and he gets it to go.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Abdul Rauf against Lowry. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Pacers leading by 4. Al Harden playing Memphis. He was nearly unstoppable.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Abdul Rauf. And it's Lowry with the rebound. Indiana's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. In the corner, Winslow with it. Rejected by Gasol. And they'll keep possession. McHale. And the layup's good off the glass.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And stolen by Doherty. Harden dishes to Winslow. Indiana moving it around. Outside Lowry. Here's Harden. San Antonio with the rebound.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Here's Lowry. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Doherty the screen to the right side. And it's McHale penetrating. Dumars against Harden. There's a screen by McHale. Goes up off the pick. And the jam by Harden.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And the Spurs with some changes. Zeller, he's checked in for Gasol. Julius Randle comes in for Porzingis. And it's Williams in for Abdul Rauf. Here is Harden. He has 5. Outside Lowry. The dish to Doherty. Doherty, the screen. Shot clock at 6. Winslow with it. He's against Williams. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Pacers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Andrew Bogut checked in for the Pacers. Parker comes in for Kyle Lowry.
One more time, keep it going for your Silver Dancers.
So it's San Antonio now, trailing here by 8. Now, here's Dumars. He's guarded closely. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leonard attacking. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. He said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
And for Leonard to hear players say that a lot, but rarely before they reach the end of their rookie contract.
Yeah, I think Leonard just realizes what a special situation he found himself in. I mean, he is the complete package as a player and custom made for how the Spurs like to play and do things.
That free throw, no good. Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went, Clark, 15-26 on the year, and it cost them down the stretch.
It really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. His absence was most noted in those tough road games, I think.
And Indiana making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Good on the second free throw.
And for the Pacers, perhaps the biggest loss of the season for them was on the road. Couldn't get it done in Memphis on the final day of the season to try and get into the postseason.
Now here's Harden. 5 points in the game. He feeds it to Parker. Takes the 13-footer. Can't get it to go. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Leonard, the pass to Williams. That 3 off the mark.
Well, here's a little factoid about the Pacers on the road last season, guys. They were much better shooting free throws on the road. The difference between their road and home free throw percentage was the largest positive mark in the league. That's kind of strange.
Now here's Williams. Harden missing his last shot. Pass to Randall. Here's Dumars, and it's sent back by Bogut. Harden outside. Inside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The #1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. Great expectations, Greg, for the big Aussie coming in.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal rebounder and rim protector. He's got that high basketball IQ from a defensive standpoint. And on offense, he averaged over 20 points a game in college. He's an instinctive passer, just not much more you could ask for.
Going back to Bogut's fanfare entering the league, was 3rd in Rookie of the Year balloting. Then he went on to have some solid, if unspectacular, years, though his shot blocking and defense were always strong.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Jared Dudley's checked in for Kawhi Leonard, and it's Johnson in for Joe Dumars. And he sinks the second.
And guys, one thing people often forget to mention about Bogut, his passing. What sets him apart as a big man is his court vision. And whether it's from the high post, low post, he can create opportunities for his teammates. This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Parker kicks to Anderson. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Anderson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter. And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the leaner's probably not the best option on that shot.
And Parker, here we go. Goes back up. No good from Bogut.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Outside Williams. Zeller, a screen on Anderson. Williams dishes to Zeller. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Randall with the bucket. Indiana leading by 7. Anderson outside. Kicks to Parker. Green against Dudley. Anderson, a screen on Dudley. The feed to Harden. Just 5 to shoot. It's blocked.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Dudley's shot is good.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Indiana's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Williams against Parker. Zeller grabs the board. Spurs trail by 5. Williams kicks to Randall. Dishes to Dudley. Now here's Randall. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Williams with a clean look. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Well, for Deron Williams, the injury-riddled campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade at the point guard spot. But the injuries, hard to overcome.
Poked away, stolen by Dudley. Johnson outside, passes it to Dudley. For the 3. Another miss by Williams.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
Back to Parker. 1:04 left to play in the first quarter. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. On defense, San Antonio. It's a 3-point game. Just 5 on the clock. Outside, Green. Indiana needs to get a shot off. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Williams passes to Johnson. Pass to Randall. Outside, Williams. There's the pass to Dudley. There's the 3. His shot is good, making a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Harden's shot is good.
That's a terrific move to the basket. The defense played that one well, but it didn't make any difference.
Williams up on top, covered by Parker. Williams kicks to Johnson. And no good, and a chance to take the lead. Parker. The shot no good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Indiana out in front, up by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history. Pau talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark.
It's like a dream come true.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way two of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become two of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive guys on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. They've got Winslow. Doherty is out there with Kevin McHale. Then it's Harden, and it's Lowry in at the 1. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long, Clark, as he's played. He had that 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean,
right.
You rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
And he's good on the second.
And with Pau, that 46-point game, he became the oldest player to get 45 points and 15 rebounds.
Now here is Lowry. An 11-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man. And a final point, guys, with Pau's career game. It's crazy to think that he did it while not being the first offensive option. I mean, he had been the go-to guy with his time in Memphis for so long.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And listen, San Antonio is an older team, actually the oldest in the league last season. And because of injuries and days off, they didn't get to feel that preferred starting 5 a lot last year.
Lowry dishes to Winslow. Rejected by Gasol. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Clock at 2. Lowry. And it's Lowry again missing. Spurs only used their preferred lineup less than half the season, but still a strong campaign. 22 games played with the starting lineup of Parker, Green, Leonard, Duncan, and Splitter.
And, you know, the Spurs will go on to use 23 different starting lineups, Kevin. That would be the 5th most in the NBA.
Now here's McHale. 11 points for him in that last game against Memphis. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Abdul Rauf against Lowry. Here's Abdul Rauf. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Now here's Harden. McHale outside. Doherty the screen. McHale passes to Doherty. He kicks it to Harden. Right side Lowry, the 17-footer. The shot is off, and San Antonio will go the other way with it. Leonard dishes to Dumars. Leonard against Doherty. Leonard kicks to Dumars. That is good. And now a 3-point Spurs lead.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Now here's Harden. 7 points in the game. Rebound San Antonio. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Abdul Rauf kicks to Dumars. Leonard with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Lowry against Leonard. Puts it up from 12. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Doherty with the screen on Dumars. The drive by Lowry. Rejected by Gasol. But he stays with it. Indiana again missing. Spurs leading by 3. Leonard the pass to Dumars. Here's Porzingis. 6 points for him. Pass to Abdul Rauf. Hits the front of the rim and out. Indiana's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And he gets the bucket.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
Harden against Dumars. Off the pick. Here's Porzingis. Some solid defense there from McHale.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
The drive by Lowry. They now take the lead. Lowry's got 5.
He's got to quit while he's ahead, Kev. It worked that last time, but that's an invitation for a turnover.
Abdul Rauf against Lowry. Abdul Rauf the pass to Porzingis. No luck.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Lowry drives in. Here's Doherty. It's deflected. Here's Abdul Rauf. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Indiana. Passes it to Abdul Rauf. And that one hits back iron.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Indiana shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Well, the Spurs, Greg, great at home last year. That's not surprising to anyone who's paid attention. We expect that. They're just so tough at home year in and year out.
And Kevin, how about going 33-8 at home last season? And despite being a 6th seed, only the Hawks and Warriors, the 2 best records in the league, won more games at home. Hard to imagine you could be a 6th seed with that kind of success.
Indiana leading. And here's Harden. 10 points for him. Over to the left wing. Here's Lowry. Shoots from 14, and he gets it back. He dishes it to McHale. Feeds to Bogut. 4 on the shot clock. No dice from 9 feet out. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on James Harden.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Spurs have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. taking 2 shots. First one falls for him.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
And the Spurs making a change here. Randall's checked in. Tony Parker's checked in for the Pacers. That one misses. And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yes, third in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. First in the NBA in bench rebounding and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Leonard, no luck.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Winslow's shot is off. San Antonio trailing here. Abdul Rauf kicks to Dumars. Here's Porzingis. 6 points for him. Pass to Abdul Rauf. And Leonard has it in the corner. Here's Randall. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
He was, and unfortunately, for so many reasons. For one, he had really been progressing in the Summer League, and the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
Here's Williams following the score by Indiana, and the shot is good.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Green kicks to Lowry. Bogut sends a screen for Lowry. The dish now to Bogut. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist in this one.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Dudley, no luck.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Kicks to Green from 13. San Antonio with the rebound. Johnson outside. Another shot. Randall. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore, though.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you know that is the case. And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one. You know, for the Spurs playing up tempo, I mean, they made that adjustment several years back, to their credit. Since then, they've been one of the more up-tempo and offensive-minded teams in the league.
And that one misses.
And some stats to kind of back up the Spurs playing that up-tempo style. They led the league last year in distance traveled as a team. Their players would cover almost 18 miles per game play. That tells you there's tremendous ball movement, but more importantly, body movement.
He hits the second from the line.
It's been an excellent game we've seen from Julius Randle. He's got 8 points, and when it comes to rebounding, he's had a nice night there, too.
He's not afraid to mix it up there in the middle, getting in there and doing a lot of the dirty work.
And the wide-open shot from Green. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 5 here tonight.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And good on the basket. Hook it.
What a tremendous feed from Williams. Great awareness.
Parker kicks to Anderson. He feeds it to Lowry. Dishes it to Bogut. Just 5 on the clock. Can't connect from 14 feet out. San Antonio leading. Williams with the ball. Guarded now by Andrew Bogut. And Dudley kicks to Zeller. There's the feed to Dudley. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. It's Williams with the drive. Rebound by Parker.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on it, they expect him to make it.
The shot by Lowry, no good.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
On its way from Dudley for 2. It's rebounded by Indiana. Bogut's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Outside Lowry. That is good. Lowry's got 4 points in the quarter.
He's having a tough go of it in this quarter. I mean, just 2 for 10 right now.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs Games team.
While we can, let's have a peek at the league's top foul shooting teams over the course of the last month. Number 1, the Spurs.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line, converting those at a high level. So I look for them to continue to attack the rim.
And Indiana making a change here. And San Antonio has possession. Williams a screen. Parker kicks to Lowry. Sweet little floater. Lowry's got 9.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
And Williams, here we go. A floater. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And Lowry gets it to go.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better. And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Anderson outside. And the pass to Jokic. And stolen by Zeller. Outside Williams. He kicks it to Dudley. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of basketball. From deep, Williams. Good. Williams has got 7. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now, here's Lowry. He's got 11, and it's denied. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Williams with the ball. Williams missing again. And he drains the 3, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got the...
And they've taken a look at it, and they've overturned the call. They've overturned the call. They're calling the basket good, Greg.
Yeah, and that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls. And really a good job to take the second look at it. Would have been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Pacers lead by 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
All right, Kevin, here with Tony Parker. And Tony, you guys have struggled offensively so far in this game. Why do you think it's been so tough to get into a groove here?
I don't know. We got a hard time to make a basket. Playing a very good team. They play with a lot of energy. So hopefully in the second half we can shoot a little bit better.
Tony, thank you. Kevin, nothing like seeing two Titans get after it.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, it was a huge first half for their bench, a.k.a. the others. Played pretty good. When you get a boost like this, it always gives a team a lift. And given how well the others are contributing, we'll probably continue to see more minutes for them in the second half. Starters or not, when players are producing, you got to ride them, cowboy.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Here we go, San Antonio.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. One of the stories here, Kyle Lowry getting it done today.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays, and I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it to his credit.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for San Antonio, they've got Abdul Rauf. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Dumars in at the shooting guard position.
Hey, guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
And he gets it to go. Dumars got 7.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Mark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and there'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. And the 3 off target. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. McHale against Gasol. Pass to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From downtown. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
And now a look at James Harden. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 5th in scoring, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers, always up to the challenge.
Now, here's Dumars. He has 7. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
Good on the second free throw. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off of back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And that one falls for McHale.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine their goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant.
And McHale drops them both. It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, and they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though. Although, had they won the last game, instead of being the 6th, they would have been the 2nd.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game.
Now here's Harden after the miss from Pau Gasol. But they'll get another chance. Here's Doherty. Indiana again missing.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Dumars kicks to Leonard. Pass to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. Back to Leonard. Puts one up from 19. The shot is off, so Indiana will take it the other way.
And against the Clippers, the Spurs didn't have home court advantage. I mean, ended up playing a big part in that series. They ended up losing in Game 7 in Staples with some questionable timekeeping, but that's not why they lost.
Now, here's Dumars. Following the miss by Kyle Lowry, Dumars kicks to Leonard. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And that Spurs series sure didn't feel like a first-round matchup. I mean, you could have easily have seen either team playing for the title, regardless of who won the series. Both teams acknowledged that it felt like a conference finals matchup.
Pacers trail by 5. Now Harden. He's got 12. Winslow dishes to McHale. Fades back. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Now, here's Lowry. He's got 11. Feeds it to Daugherty. 13 feet away. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 8th assist in the game. Now, here is Dumars. He's got 8. There's a good screen. Abdul Rauf will not go. This is off the front iron. Pacers trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
There's a screen by McHale. Harden outside. 3 on the clock. Goes up on the high post. Offensive rebound. And it's Kevin McHale with the finish.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Here is Harden after Pau Gasol's bucket. Lowry passes to McHale. McHale with a screen on Dumars. Harden kicks to McHale. A rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got his 8th rebound here tonight. It's Dumars on the wing. Now recovering. Pass to Porzingis. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Daugherty. Lowry with the ball. Leonard picks him up. There's the pick. Winslow setting the pick for Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. Winslow gets the three-pointer to fall. Winslow's got 10 points in the game.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
Pacers trail by 5. And here's Harden. 12 points for him. Good D by Gasol.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Outside Leonard. Gasol a screen on Harden. Leonard draws the double. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Lowry. Harden up top. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Now, here's Dumars. Following the miss by Kyle Lowry. Here's Leonard. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Porzingis can't hit.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Harden. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. And stolen by Daugherty. Here's the break. Stolen by Dumars. Drops in the breakaway layup. Dumars got 12 in the game. Pacers trail by 7. Lowry kicks to McHale. Tries from 10. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over him.
You know, guys sometimes love proving people wrong. You know that from guys you've played with. And, Greg, this mismatch gives him an opportunity to quiet the haters and naysayers.
Okay. Now, here is Lowry. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Stolen by Dumars. Floats one up. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Dumars against Harden. The dish to Daugherty. Kicks it to Lowry. Clock at 6. Here's McHale. The rebound by the Spurs. Right side, Leonard. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And now a 9-point San Antonio lead. Outside Lowry. He dishes it to Doherty. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Doherty's got 4 points this quarter.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Down low, here's Gasol.
And for Kyle Lowry, a guy who just has an unbelievable nose for the basketball, the triple-double comes naturally to him now. Top 10 in the league the past 2 seasons. In his short time with the Raptors, he's already their career leader in that category.
Gasol at the line for 2.
And he makes the first.
It's been tough for them to try to slow down Gasol. He's got 10 rebounds and 4 blocks. He's doing all the things you can ask of a player in the low post.
Definitely. It's the blocks, the rebounds, you name it, he's done it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Randall's checked in for Porzingis. Dudley comes in for Leonard. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Joe Dumars. And Darren Williams is subbed in for Abdul Rauf. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
They didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half. But they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
The pass to Jokic. Here's Harden on the wing. Harden draws the double. It's Parker with the drive. Here's Bogut. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Pacers have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight. Free throw good, Bogut. Zeller, he's checked in for Pau Gasol. Both good from the line that time.
And guys, nice to see Bogut out there given all the injuries that he's had to overcome in his career. Just glad to see him at full strength.
Williams kicks to Johnson. The offensive rebound. It's stolen by Bogut. Parker against Williams. Harden left side. Pass to Jokic and stolen by Zeller. Johnson dishes to Williams. High arcing shot. It's rebounded by Indiana. Harden's got his 3rd rebound tonight. You know, Bogut, as I recall, Clark was so distraught by those injuries that at one point he thought he might retire.
Yeah, he gave some serious thought to packing it in after the 2013 season, Kevin. Luckily for his team, though, he worked through it and is strong as ever at the defensive end.
Now here's Johnson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. From deep, Williams. Again, the miss by Williams.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And here's Anderson from the arc. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Williams passes to Zeller. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Had the space there, but it's offline. Pacers trail by 4. Inside, here's Harden, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 14 points.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Williams gets the bucket. 9 points in the game so far.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
That's tipped, but they get it back. A 3 from Anderson. And another shot. That one wide left. The third quarter comes to a close. Spurs out in front, up 4. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Here's Parker. On the court for Indiana. Harden out there with Tony Parker. Then there's Ryan Anderson. Then it's Bogut. Good. Parker's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Pacers.
You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh no, oh yeah shots.
Williams kicks to Randall. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. 10 points for Julius Randle.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
It's Harden with the drive. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Now, here's Parker after the miss from Darren Williams. Harden kicks to Bogut. That ties it up.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Shot by Zeller, no good.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Harden against Dumars. Bogut with a screen on Dumars. Passes it to Jokic. He feeds it to Parker. Just 5 on the clock to take the lead. Again, Indiana.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
And Williams, here we go. And the call will be against Tony Parker. San Antonio making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Kevin McHale, he checked in for Indiana. Winslow comes in for Ryan Anderson. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Williams' shot is off. For Indiana, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And Parker, here we go. And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
You know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
Porzingis, he's checked in for the Spurs. And a change for the Pacers. Doherty, he's checked in for Andrew Bogut. And Tony Parker drops them both.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And, you know, getting back to Popovich's relationship with Tony Parker, Pop made the decision to draft Parker. So he obviously saw something. But Pop's a perfectionist, and if you're going to play point guard for him, you've got to deliver consistently.
And talking about Tony Parker, Pop's tough love with him really paid off. Tony eventually became incredibly consistent, culminating with him being named the Finals MVP back in 2007.
Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Julius Randle. And Williams drops them both.
And, guys, it's been a slow decline for Darren Williams the last few seasons. Once considered an elite point guard, he just doesn't have that stature any longer.
And he gets it to go.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Williams. An easy 2 points on the layup. Well, for Williams, Greg, in his decline, his field goal percentage dropped to below 40% last season. Clark, I never thought I'd see the day with that.
Those were the worst offensive numbers since his rookie season. I mean, he had the game that you thought would carry him past his athletic prime, but that might not be the case the way those numbers look.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pacers.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
Abdul Rauf, he's checked in for San Antonio. And so Doherty nails both of them. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Harden against Dumars. Pulls up on the wing. Can't get it to go. Good D by Harden.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
To the left side wing. Doherty dishes to McHale. There's Winslow. And the rejection by Leonard. To the inside. Look at that.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. No good from McHale. San Antonio's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Dumars against Harden. To tie it up. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Pacers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Doherty the screen. Parker against Gasol. Parker drives in, puts it up from 12. McHale missing again. The Spurs have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Abdul Rauf. They get it again. Gasol can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those playing.
A nice shot by Winslow. Spurs trail by 4. Here's Abdul Rauf. To the middle. Here's Gasol. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 12 rebounds.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs Game Team.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, I had a chance to find out what Nate McMillan was discussing with his players. He said, guys, this is the kind of game we're capable of playing when we put our minds to it. I knew we had it in us, just like I know we're going to come out on top. Let's finish this thing. Guys?
Now here's Harden. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Outside Gasol. Abdul Rauf. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
McHale passes to Lowry. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Pacers lead by 4.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
Here's Leonard. Gasol a screen. Leonard attacking. Gasol wide open. He fires. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Harden draws the double. Winslow kicks to McHale. That's good.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Harden against Dumars. Dishes it to Gasol. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Lowry dishes to McHale. And there's the feed to Harden. And he gets it to go. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
Spurs trail by 4. Dumars with it. With the teardrop, the Pacers pull it in. McHale's got 8 rebounds in this game. Harden with it. Leonard picks him up. Over to the wing. Here's Doherty, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Now it's a 6-point Pacer lead.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
The shot by Abdul Rauf is no good. And Indiana shooting 40% from the field. And that one's good. 14 points here for Justice Winslow.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's Abdul Rauf. He kicks to Dumars. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Off the screen. That doesn't go either for Dumars.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Stolen by Dumars. Here's Abdul Rauf. A 3 from Leonard, and McHale pulls it down. Now Lowry. Harden outside. Doherty the screen. Dumars against Harden. The 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 6th rebound on the night. Abdul Rauf the pass to Dumars. They set the pick. Abdul Rauf against Lowry. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Porzingis. Terrific design on the pick play. And he lays it in.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Now, here's Lowry. Harden sets the pick for Lowry. Harden outside. And the rejection by Leonard. In transition, here come the Spurs. Abdul Rauf kicks to Leonard. The shot by Abdul Rauf is no good.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
There's a screen by McHale. Harden outside. Again, the miss by Harden.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Lowry against Abdul Rauf. Here's Gasol. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
What a huge boost he's giving them here. 4 or 5 in this fourth quarter has come up big. Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
.157 left in the fourth quarter. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Spurs trail by 4. Here's Abdul Rauf from 10 feet out. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Doherty's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Feeds to Harden. Doherty with the screen on Abdul Rauf. It's Harden with the drive. There's the dish to McHale.
So far in the game for McHale, he's got 12 rebounds and the 1 steal. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Clark, it's a rarity when you've got a guy that can just do it as well as he does on both ends.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Abdul Rauf, the pass to Dumas. Here's Porzingis. Stolen by Harden. Lowry at the elbow. Back to Harden. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs Games team.
Here's Abdul Rauf. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Lowry against Dumars. McHale outside. Kicks it to Harden. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. They get Paul Gasol.
Take a look at what Harden's been doing. 22 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one, and that will put them up by 9.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Lowry against Abdul Rauf. That's good from Gasol, and the assist by Abdul Rauf.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Here's Indiana. 30 seconds left in the game. Doherty with the screen on Leonard. Lowry against Leonard. Lowry dishes to Harden. Here's Doherty. Just 5 on the clock. Offline with the baseline jumper. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Nope, this one is sealed and delivered.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
Frames it from downtown. And now they foul and stop the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up to the Spurs Dance Team.
Seven seconds left here in the fourth quarter. There's the bucket. Good.
Darren Williams for 3. Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up to the Spurs Dance Team. Get ready your seats and clap their hands.
Harden outside. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game. So it's Indiana picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, you were able to impact this game on both sides of the ball, making some nice passes, playing good defense. How did you feel about your game?
I just want to stop the basket. You know, I want to do anything it takes to win. You know, help my team win. You know, tonight, was passing the ball. Not my shot wasn't falling, but I had too many turnovers, but I passed the ball well, and we got the win. That's all that matters.
Kyle, thank you. Kevin, it's not only about the offense.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch. And how'd you feel about his performance, Shaq?
Well, the team's been struggling lately, and he's been carrying a lot of that pressure. But he had a fire in his belly. He had that laser focus. He was delivering some highlights all throughout this game, man.
A ton of his points were coming inside tonight. It really speaks to how aggressive he was in this game. If there was a path to the hoop, he was attacking. Love that kind of mindset in a backcourt or a wing player.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.